Well, hello. My name is Gant, and welcome back to Crystalline. Last time, we went with Amelia to the carnival, and she had fun, you know? Then we went over and had shots with Zach, and we got drunk, and it's a brand new day. So, let's get started. I groan as the sunlight filters into my eyes, pulling me awake. When did it get so bright in here? Carefully, I blink open my eyes. What time is it? Judging by how bright the sun is, it must be sometime in the afternoon. Pushing myself on the bed, I feel something stir beside me. The Pangos blinks bleary eyes. What are you doing? Sleeping so late? Did you go on a drinking spree too? He blinks a couple more times and shakes himself. When he looks back at me, he seems much more alert. I glance over at Zach, who is sprawled out on his bed. His blankets hang ungracefully off the side of the bed. Zach. He snores in response. I walk over and cautiously tap his shoulder. Hey, Zach, wake up. He groans and rolls over, pulling what's left of the blanket over his head. Yep, he's done. Surprisingly, I feel fine. A little groggy and very thirsty, but otherwise fine. I need water. I quickly get dressed and then head downstairs. Cara sits idly at one of the tables, but stands when she notices me.
Good afternoon, sleepyhead. How are you feeling?
Fine, thanks. Where's everyone else? As we talk, I grab water from the bar and down it in one gulp.
They left to get some errands done.
And you were tasked with babysitting duty?
I wanted to make sure you two were still alive.
I don't know about Zach, but I'm still good.
Did Zach make it?
Yeah, he's still asleep. She nods.
Since you're feeling better, make sure you take it a bit easier today. We've got some business to attend to this evening.
What sort of business? Cara smirks.
Last night, while you two were busy recuperating, we were tracking down thieves.
Wait, what? What's so special about these thieves?
They've been stealing crystals. All kinds of crystals, including lamp crystals, which are essentially worthless in terms of resale value.
Okay, when did we become the crime fighters? Isn't this for the cops or something? What the fuck? What's the point of stealing that?
It turns out the thieves are a bunch of kids just trying to survive. They told us a man pays them for the crystals and he comes weekly to pick them up. Today happens to be pickup day, so we're going to meet back here at the inn around sundown.
Alright. Does this have something to do with finding the Earth Temple? Cara notices the confusion on my face, and answers my unasked question.
My contact won't be back until late tonight, so we won't know our next step until then anyway.
Alright, but where do you find these kids? What the fuck? He grins again.
Now that I know you're still alive and well, I'll be off. I still have some more scouting I'd like to do before tonight.
She leaves. Cara told me to take it easy today, so maybe I'll go on a walk. I begin walking towards the town square. I follow my feet as it wanders the streets, taking my time and enjoying the bustle of the city. I forgot how relaxing it is to have nothing on the agenda.
Boy.
Ooh. When did you... Never mind. I'm not going to question it. Wanna go on a walk with me? The Pongo bobs in a nod, and we continue down the road. Eventually, we reach the square. I recognize the statue of Alamina. Ooh. A small brown dog, only a little larger than the Pongo, watches us. His tail wags slowly when he catches our attention. Doggy! Bork, bork, bork. Pet the dog. Hey dog, are you lost? The dog wags his tail. I extend my hand and he cautiously approaches. After giving me a few good exploratory sniffs, he barks excitedly. Good boy. His tongue lolls over and I scratch behind his ears.
Boy!
The Pongo bounces angrily. The dog stares at the Pongo as if noticing him for the first time.
Boy!
The Pongo pouts and jumps even higher. The dog cowers and whines. Pongo, what's up with you?
Boy!
I go to pet the dog, but the Pongo butts my hand away.
Boy!
Oh, dude, he's like my girlfriend, like, are you cheating on me? Who do you think you are, cheating with that fucking dog? I gotta stop cursing, man. Are you jealous?
Boy!
I reach out a hand and pat the Pongo, who seems to calm down slightly. The dog perks up as the Pongo relaxes. He wags his tail and he nuzzles the Pongo.
Boy!
The Pongo bristles at the dog's touch and scrambles back.
Boy!
He hops away, but the dog happily chases him. As the dog catches up, he licks the Pongo, who grimaces. Aw, he's playing with you.
Boy! Mocha!
Is that what you call your dog, Mocha? The color of its fur? How unoriginal. I'm stupid. I'm stupid because the past dogs that I had before my dog Pinto have been just the color of their furs. There was chocolate, there was azul, and there was one, which I'm not gonna name him, because the Spanish word for black kind of sounds like a racial slur to African Americans, so I'm not gonna say it because I am so much of a small channel that I do not want people to be like, oh my god, he's fucking racist, we're not gonna watch him, and just get 0 views. Like, I'm barely getting any views at this point. I'm not gonna get 0 views by just saying the Spanish word for black. A little girl races over to the dog, who barks excitedly at her presence. She throws her arms around him and holds him close as he licks her face.
I thought I lost you.
Suddenly, she notices the Pongo and her eyes grow wide.
Oh, you're so cute! Boy?
She gently pats the Pongo on the head, and his little frown melts into a smile.
Boy. Are you lost too?
No, she's with me. What the fuck?
Boy.
He hops over to me. The girl looks me over, then smiles shyly.
Oh, hi.
Hey, is that your dog? She nods.
Thanks for finding him for me. Sometimes he's too fast and I can't catch him.
Moko sniffs at my feet and nuzzles my hand to be petted, but the Pongo bounces between us.
Boy!
The little girl giggles and waves.
I guess we should be leaving. Bye-bye, little Pongo friend. Thanks for keeping Mocha company.
Bye. Before Mocha can escape again, the girl slips a leash around his collar, and the two of them gradually disappear from view. I look down at my Pongo, who looks back up at me. No. I smile and pat his head affectionately. He squirms happily against me, then hops up onto my shoulder and nuzzles my face. How about we continue on that walk together,
Boy!
Together, we head further into town. I decide to check out some of the storefronts and streets that I didn't get a chance to see yesterday. The Pongo wanders off whenever it gets too crowded, but he always seems to find his way back to me. After most of the day has passed, I decided it's time to return to the inn. Leanna, Amelia, and Zach are already there waiting. Zach's scowl is fiercer than usual, but otherwise, he looks a lot better than this morning. Leanna stands when I arrive.
Here, I got you something.
Ooh, she passes me a gauntlet similar to the one on her wrist. The spear inlaid in the same color of Leanna's. This must be a wind crystal. Is this a manipulator?
Yeah, I was thinking about your last attempt at casting, and I figured this might be more helpful with future training. Having the manipulator as a focal point of concentration is how Amelia and I learned to cast.
Thanks. Cara finally returns and the attention shifts to her.
The crystal pickup will happen soon. We should start heading over.
Okay, but what the fuck happened? Now we're chasing criminals now? When the fuck did this happen? Well, I shouldn't have got drunk last night with Zach. Now, we just don't know anything. Leanna nods.
Once they complete the exchange, we should follow the guy to see if he leads us to their hideout. He might have other partners, so we should be on guard.
I still can't think of why they'd want these crystals.
Energy crystals have varying utilizations, some of which are outlawed.
Cara seems a little bit surprised, but Leanna doesn't react to that. Thinking about what these outlawed installations could be makes me uneasy. I swear if I get hit with another shadow ball, I'm just leaving this team. I'll be like, nope, I'm gonna be a farmer, live a simple life. No fighting, no violence.
We have our plan. Let's get started.
Alright. We trace back to the ruins and find the abandoned house with the children. Instead of entering, we spread out around the perimeter to maximize visibility on anyone approaching. Cara and I stay close to the house and behind some of the fallen bricks. Our view of vision is limited, but we're close enough to overhear any conversation that takes place inside. After we position ourselves, we wait. We didn't know when the man's going to show up, and after about 20 minutes, I start to get fidgety. I wish the kids have given us time. Who knows how long we'll be stuck out here for. My legs are starting to cramp, but as I shift, Cara shoots me a warning glance, and I force myself to push through it. Finally, a man approaches. He looks to be in his 20s, and surprisingly wears something that resembles a beanie on his head. Cara yanks my collar, so we duck down. He covers my mouth with her hand and puts a finger to her lips. Looks like our job is to listen in. The others will be our eyes. I hear a door creak, followed by the faint sound of footsteps.
Hey yo, you punks got my crystals or what?
Are you kidding me? Jesse Pinkman? Are you kidding? I listened for any extra footsteps, but it sounds like the man came solo.
Here.
There is a rustling of a bag being opened.
What is this? These crystals are weak, yo!
That's all we could find.
Nah, this ain't good, man.
Sorry.
The boy's voice is weak.
Huh.
The bag closes and the man grunts as he lifts it up.
Wait, where are our coins?
I'm sorry, it's just that orphan kid's voice. It's just, why? You know what I mean? It's like almost like, where are our coins? It's like a little bit cartoony and not even like a child. I love it. I just love it.
You'll get your payment when you deliver, yo. This is only half of what you promised.
There's a silence. I carefully peek out to see the boy straining with his hands clenched.
Fine.
Aw.
That's what I thought.
You should have hit him, but he'd probably kill you, so you did the right move. The stranger lunges the bag over his shoulders. I quickly duck back down as he exits the house. Time to go. I turn to face Cara, who wears a serious frown and has a fury in her eyes. I don't think I've ever seen her angry before, let alone this angry. He looks like he's about to rip that guy's head off. Cara?
Did you not see that? We should take him out now.
Think about the bigger picture, don't be stupid. Calm down. He's our only way to find out who's behind this operation. He glares at me.
Did you not just see what he did? The way he treated those kids is shameful.
I look at Cara straight in the eyes. He'll get his justice soon enough.
Let's hurry up and go.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. I was like a little bit mean, but you gotta be mean in that situation. Because if I would have just said, think of the bigger picture, Cara. There are millions and millions of people that could be in this opera. You know what I mean? I could have been like something like that, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it'll take a long time. It's like, guys, we need to go now. We're gonna lose him. We trail the man out of Stonecrest, making sure to stay behind buildings and keep to the shadows, so not to be spotted. Cara slips in and out of alleys with ease, and it takes a lot of my concentration not to lose her. No wonder she's always sneaking up on us. I assume the rest of our team is following him, as I am unable to spot them. That's for the best. The less chance of being noticed, the better. Outside of the city gates, it's a little harder to stay hidden, as it's open out in a more open field, At least since we're spread out, it won't be easy for him to escape if he tries. We successfully follow him to what looks like an abandoned tray car. There's some kind of dark smoke emitting from the top. The man pauses and we crouch lower behind cover as he looks around. He doesn't spot any of us and enters the train. Cara again puts her finger to her lips and I nod. Staying low, we sneak towards the train. The windows are all blocked off, but we crouch below them anyway. I can hear muffled voices as I gently press my ears against the train.
Yo, Mr. White!
Are you kidding me? Is this fucking Breaking Bad, really?
Jesse, how many times do I have to tell you to call me Heisenberg?
Are you fucking kidding? Okay. Okay. The man speaks softly, but his tone is strict and disapproving.
My bad, but I got some crystals.
Let's see.
There aren't many and they're pretty small. I don't think we'd be able to get much out of them anyway.
It doesn't matter their size. Once we're done cooking them, they'll be exponentially more effective.
I don't know, man. They're tiny. How does that even work?
I don't know about you, but guy, if your boss says it's okay, you should have paid those fucking kids. Fucking asshole.
It's a simple matter of science.
You serious? You can do something like that?
Indeed.
Yeah, Mr. White.
Yeah, science, bitch.
Yeah, science.
Bitch. Oh.
Heisenberg.
Oh, right. My bad, yo.
I hear faint clanking of glassware. I wish I could see what they're doing. A sharp snap cracks somewhere from behind me. What was that? I shift out of our position to look behind me and see an animal scampering away. As I breathe a sigh of relief, I notice the absence of noise in the train.
What was that?
Ah, fuck. Before I can get a chance to get down, one of the windows swings open and I am face to face with both of them. The younger man with the beanie, Jesse, stares at me with wild eyes. The second man is much older, maybe the age of his father, and fixes me with an inscrutable stare. He looks surprisingly normal, not like someone who will get mixed up with something shady. Jesse turns around and darts out of the back exit.
Run!
Mr. White joins him as Cara and I sprint to the other side of the train. Thankfully, Leanna and Zach are already there. Leanna points her blade at them.
Surrender and come with us peacefully.
You know what I keep forgetting? I'm like, why we're doing this? We're not cops. I keep forgetting. She's a Mage-Knight, so she's basically a cop, right? I don't know, man. I'm just stupid right now. Jesse looks like he's about to bolt, but Zach fixes his discharger on him.
I wouldn't move if I were you.
Crap, what do we do? Why are you laughing at a time like this?
Amelia stands a good distance away, her manipulator's glowing. After looking over the old man, she frowns.
The brandy no void.
Ooh.
Quite the observation, young miss.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, what? You're a part of Void?
I thought we were just selling drugs. The fuck? Mr. White merely smiles.
I didn't sign up for this!
What do you think you were signing up for? You're signing up for a life of crime. Prison's the same in anywhere. You're either with Void or with this crowd. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You're a criminal.
Don't be so naive. You think the crystals were just going to magically create more energy?
Your intent was to perform shadow transmutation on the crystals to create tainted spheres.
He better not have one on him. I don't want to get shot. Again, he doesn't answer.
It appears confrontation is imminent.
Why don't we even up the odds?
With a flash, Mr. White grabs two shadowy spears from his belt, similar to the one I saw in Raven Pass. He throws them to the ground and a dark smog emits, curling in the air. Leanna reacts first and blasts her wind magic to dissipate the smoke. In its place are two shadow creatures. Their warped apparitions are nothing that I recognize, and their long shadow claws come into a sharp point. This is stuff of nightmares. They stand between us and Mr. White, with Jesse cowering beside him.
Shadow familiars!
This is getting way too crazy for me. I'm out.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna be a little bitch and you're gonna hide under the train car? Like you did in the show, fucker? Come on. You gotta stand up and fight. Jesse breaks into a sprint and Cara immediately gives chase.
I've got him!
You better break his face like you want to. The two of them dash out of sight.
Unfortunately, you've disrupted my work, which means I have to start all over again. So, I'm going to get going.
No, you're gonna be dead. He channels a spell and starts to run. As he continues to chant the spell, shadows crawl up his leg, threatening to engulf him completely in shadow. We can't let him get away. Leanna looks from the man to the familiar.
As much as I want to go after him, our top priority is to defeat these shadow creatures.
Nah, we gotta... If he's controlling them, we kill him and they disappear, right?
Indeed. Shadow familiars this close in proximity to a city can wreak havoc and incite widespread panic.
Fuck. They would know better than I, and I trust their instincts. I look back at Heisenberg being engulfed by shadow. Once the shadows fade away, he disappears. Zack readies his dischargers, and a small smile on his face.
Sounds like a challenge.
My heart races as I draw my blade. This is getting crazy. Okay, click the icons in the display order. Okay. Oh, fuck. No. Okay, I won. Fuck. Dude, I fucked up a couple times there. I'm like, shit, what's going on? And I'm like, I want to do commentary, but like, I gotta focus. Okay. As Leanna, Zack, and I wear down the shadow familiars, Amelia stays out of range, charging her attack. The magic attack that she lets loose are far more powerful than ours, as they rip chunks out of the shadow creatures. Now I understand why everyone's so impressed when they talk about mage casters.
The hostile shadow familiars have been vanquished.
Damn, that was fucking cool, Amelia. Sometimes you forget that she's a child with her just expression, but damn, that's fucking crazy. Leanna's magical glow. Leanna's magical glow and the charge of her blade fades as she stops channeling her magic.
We did it!
We did it! Yeah, we did it! Yeah! I smile as I try to catch my breath. Looking around, Leanna, Zack, and Amelia look equally exhausted. They must have gone all out. The battle was no walk in the park, and there were only two shadow familiars to fight. Imagine if we had to face an army of them. I shiver at that thought. As we wind down, Amelia and Zack gather to do one last scan with their manipulators. Zach looks over my way.
Looks like some of that training is finally paying off.
I'm still mad for you shooting me at that time. I hope to get even stronger. Thank you. It helps when a certain jackass doesn't shoot me at... Well, it helps when a certain jackass doesn't shoot me during a melee spar. Zach snickers, then shrugs.
Hey!
We turn to the sound of Kira's voice. She waves at us with one hand as she uses the other to drag Jesse back. She plops him down in front of us, and he falls ungracefully to the ground. I see that his hands are bound. Cara stands over him, her face grim.
Now, you're going to tell us exactly what you know.
I don't know jack squat. Mr. White was paying me to get crystals, and that's it, yo.
So you were not an accomplice to the shadow transmutation.
Does it look like I know shadow manipulation? No, transmutation? I just wanted to get money for drugs so I could get coked out of my mind, yo.
I don't even know what the shadow transportation is.
Transmutation.
Exactly.
We glare at him.
Look, I made a few deliveries to him. The first couple of times he wouldn't tell me what he did, but paid some good coin. But later he said he was going to show me so I could help with his operations. He was going to give solid pay for that too, yo.
I look him up and down. He stares desperately at us, and it's clear to me he's scared. This doesn't seem like the kind of man Void would trust with any kind of responsibility. I'm inclined to believe him. He is just looking for some fast cash. Yeah. Cara seems skeptical, but Amelia and Leanna seem to have come to the same conclusion as I have. Zach crosses his arms.
Better hope the guards believe your story.
Jesse looks like he's about to protest, but sighs instead. I think he realizes there's no chance he's going to escape.
The bag of stolen crystals is in there. He didn't grab it before running out.
Leanna enters the train and returns with a bundling bag.
Let's go turn him into the guards. They'll take it from here.
Yeah, let the cops do the work. Zach hauls Jesse back to his feet and leads him back towards town. Luckily, it's late at night, so very few people walk the street. The few who do give us long stares as we pass. When we arrive at the guard barracks, the person on duty gets to his feet. He looks at Leanna in recognition.
Oh, it's you again.
We found the source of your missing crystals.
Zach pushes Jesse forward, and he stumbles into the ground, who grabs a hold of him. The guard's eyes him up and down.
It's this guy?
Oh man, it was all 'cause of Void!
The guard stares at him, clearly unconvinced.
Uh-huh. Maybe in lockup you'll have time to think up a better story.
I'm telling you the truth, bitch!
Finally, yes. The guard frowns and passes Jesse to another guard who takes him into the back. Then the guard turns back to us.
Hopefully you won't have any more issues.
Are we not gonna tell him that, Void was near the fucking town? Wouldn't you, want to, have extra patrols after that point? What the fucking... The guard grins and looks relieved.
I can't thank you all enough. You have no idea how much of a thorn in my side this has all been. As promised, there's a reward for helping us catch the culprit.
Yeah. He produces a heavy snatch of gold, which he hands over to us.
Thanks again for all your help, and I hope you have a safe night.
Thanks.
We leave the guardhouse and equally divvy up the reward money. As everything settles down, the group decides to return to the inn. I'm glad we got to the bottom of those of things, but I can't help but wonder what will happen to those kids. I'm a good guy. I'm gonna share my money with them. I'll meet with you guys at the inn. I think I forgot something. I slip away before anyone can ask me any questions and make my way back to those kids. They were dependent on the crystal money to survive, and I can't sit by and do nothing to help them. I know I don't have much to offer, but maybe giving them a cut of my reward can help tide them over. Quietly, I enter the house, so as not to spook the children. As I near the trapdoor, I hear Cara's voice. How did she get here so fast? And what is she doing here? Slowing my steps, I silently creep towards the trapdoor and spy on Cara and the kids.
Here you go, guys. Take this.
She hands the oldest boy a fat coin purse. We must have had the same idea about sharing our reward money. The boy silently accepts it, too shocked by the amount of money to even speak.
The man won't be coming for crystals anymore, so use that to help you find a new way to survive.
The boy nods snubbly. Numbly? Numbly. Some of the younger children huddle together, clearly frightened for their futures. Cara smiles reassuringly.
I know it seems scary, but I promise if you stick together, you'll be fine.
And with the power of friendship, guys, you can make it. I'm sorry, but yeah, she's right, you know? The kids hug each other.
I won't let anything happen to anyone.
The voice is so goofy and I love it.
Good. I know you won't. Take care of yourselves, okay? And stay out of trouble.
Cara turns to leave and I scramble out of sight. She doesn't notice me as she hurries away. It seems like he got a soft spot for these kids. I better do what I came here to do and get back before people get too suspicious. Hey kids. I go down in the trap room. The older boy look up to me in surprise. Here. I toss him a small bag of my coins, which he fumbles before catching. He looks genuinely surprised, as if he can't believe it's happening.
But why?
If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have catched the bad guys. You kids were a big help.
Really?
He looks at the other children who give him hopeful eyes, then he grins.
Thank you.
I nod. I should be getting back. Once I return to fuck, I can't read. I couldn't read the whole time, but man, I'm messing up right now. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, let's do this. Once I return to the upstairs, I hear the children scramble below and a series of excitement gasps as they inspect the reward money.
Wow, the girl gave us so much!
Damn it. I don't like that voice.
I've never seen so much money before in my life!
This one's good, I'm not gonna lie.
The boy still gave a lot though. More than we got from crystals.
Yeah. Whoa. Just how much money did Cara give? Was it her whole reward? I'm not gonna lie, I would've given my whole reward too. For a treasure hunter, that seems very generous. Maybe there's more to it. I wonder what it could be as I return to the inn and meet up with the rest of the group. As I enter the inn, Leanna looks around.
Where's Cara?
She didn't come back? Cara's not back yet? But she left before me. I don't know. I thought she was following everyone back.
I thought so too.
Leanna bites her lip and furrows her brows. I'm sure she'll be back soon. While we wait for Cara to return, we decide to grab something to eat. With all the excitement going on, we forgot about dinner. We get our orders and settle in. Zach and Leanna dig in. Amelia, on the other hand, is quiet as she stares at her plate. Is she okay? Amelia. She looks up at me.
Yes?
Something wrong? She shakes her head.
No. I was pondering about the lab at the Void Hideout, which was used to perform shadow transmutations.
What exactly is that? I've been meaning to ask. What is this shadow transmutation you were talking about earlier?
It is the process in which shadow energy is merged with a crystal containing another form of elemental energy. This fusion causes an overwhelming surge of energy to spawn, which consequently destabilizes the crystal and causes the shadow energy to become uncontrollable and very dangerous.
This is what we refer to as a tainted sphere, like the one the treasurer used in Raven Pass, and what was used to summon the shadow familiars.
Dude, how powerful is shadow magic? Like, you could summon familiars, you could shoot out fucking like shadow bolts, like what else can you do with it? It didn't seem uncontrollable when they use it though.
Perhaps not those times. However, as it is destabilized sphere, the energy is unpredictable. It's possible it will cast properly, but equally possible it will implode upon itself at any time, which would be fatal to the mage in possession of it.
That's a best-case scenario. Imagine if one of those crystals went off and spawned a shadow familiar in the middle of town.
Damn. Okay, and I'm back. I don't know what the fuck happened. I felt like it just, my room just shook for a bit, you know what I mean? I don't know, I gotta go back to the audio and see if it picked up anything. That shit was crazy. Alrighty. That would definitely be bad.
That's why shadow transmutation has been outlawed, even before the Treaty of Asaria.
Damn. I thought you said all uses of shadow magic was banned.
Yes, but there were legitimate users of shadow magic before the war.
What? You lost me.
Shadow magic is not innately harmful. It was originally used in non-destructive ways, just like any other element. That being said, a group of practitioners abused the usage of shadow magic, which revealed just how dangerous it can be when used in such a manner. That is what caused the eventual war in Assyria and the subsequent banning of shadow magic.
And that group was Void?
Correct.
Things are starting to make a little more sense, but I'm still not sure I understand it all.
It's just a little troublesome to think that there was someone performing shadow transmutation just on the outskirts of Stonecrest, and with a lot of crystals too.
Even though Void was defeated, it wasn't completely wiped out, and their remaining members have just been laying low.
Amelia and Leanna nod. The conversation lulls as we think about what was said. We finish the rest of our meal of our food in silence. By the time we finish up our meal, Cara returns.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I met up with my contact and he came through. He said that there's some adventurer who's been talking about one of those high concentrations of energy.
Okay.
He's at Hearth Point right now, but probably won't be staying for too long. We should head there in the morning and see what he knows.
What's the guy's name?
Arden Hunt.
Arden Hunt. Zach shrugs. I guess he doesn't know his name. He doesn't know him.
It might sound like just a rumor, but there's always a grain of truth in a rumor. At the very least, we should be able to get a clue or two.
Aight. Leanna nods.
Okay, tomorrow we'll head for Hearth Point.
Woo! Amelia nods. I yawn widely. Tonight, though, I'm ready for bed. The team murmurs their agreement, and we all turn in early. It's been a long day, and that fight really took it out on me. After getting ready, I climb into bed and immediately fall into a deep sleep. Alrighty, I'm gonna end it there. If you like the video, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And as always, bye bye.